love of a mother for her child, the lullaby expresses it best. आप कितने भी माँ के शॉट्स ले लो कि माँ ने बच्चे को नजदीक बुलाया, उसका चेहरा हाथ में लिया और कहा कि बेटा मैं तुझसे बहुत प्यार करती हूँ. It's not enough. Would you put a lullaby there?
Yeah.
It's beautiful. भगवान मेरी मदद करो, ये आप कितना भी सीन में कह दो, उसका इम्पैक्ट नहीं है. वो पालनहारी में उसका इम्पैक्ट. चलो भाई लोग, अभी हम सब बहुत मेहनत से काम करेंगे, हम लोग हमको ये सब करना है. नो इम्पैक्ट. चले चलो इज एन इम्पैक्ट. आप सब में इतनी दूरियां क्यों हैं, इतना भेदभाव क्यों है? आप सबको एक साथ रहना चाहिए, आपको सबको एक साथ सीखना चाहिए. डजंट वर्क. ये तारा वो तारा वर्क्स.
लगान की मेकिंग देख के ना और लगान के बारे में पढ़ के ऐसा फील होता है कि इट वाज ऑलमोस्ट लाइक एन इंडिपेंडेंट फिल्म बीइंग मेड एट अ मैसिव स्केल.
क्या बात है? आई लाइक द वे यू पुट इट. हाँ, it is. Yeah.
The way that you guys were doing things was just, I mean, you know, that's how independent filmmakers make their films.
I'm going to quote you somewhere. I'm going to copy this. It is true, but it is an indie film with a huge budget.
Yeah.
The approach is indie.
Maybe you didn't intend for a glass of water to be a certain way. You just wanted to be a glass of water, but then people's perceptions can be so different. So, आपकी generally उस बारे में क्या opinion है?
Sometimes people get it. When people get it, even if it is delayed, it's a great feeling. Because you know someone applied his mind, his or her mind, to go into the depths of what is being conveyed. So like the glass of water that you're talking about, people actually notice that.
Yeah.
A lot of times people tell me that कि वो एक जो close है जिसमें मोहन keeps the glass away, उसका importance फिल्म में आगे चल के पता चलता है at the railway station.
Yes.
So I feel good that you know people notice that.
Ashu sir, it's such a pleasure. I'm the biggest admirer of your work.
Thank you.
And it's an honor really to be sitting here with you today.
Thank you.
And congratulations on the 20-year anniversary of your production house.
Yes, thank you so much.
It's a huge milestone, and of course, 20 years of Solace.
Yeah.
The film that all of us love, the film that's probably one of the most discussed films over the past 20 years on social media, in articles, blogs. How's the feeling, first of all, of just the afterlife that this film has had?
It's a good feeling. I mean, it's a really good feeling because when the film released in 2004, the first reception was not so good. Obviously, because I think expectations of people for not only me as a filmmaker after coming on the success of Lagan, or even for Shah Rukh, who was such a huge romance hero and action and all of that. So it became a kind of a shocker for everyone to see those aspects in the film. And probably they didn't catch the essence of what the film was trying to say. Which of course later, thankfully, year after year, it has grown. So I feel good. I feel good about that.
Was it disheartening at that time?
Oh, absolutely yes. Yeah. But thankfully, you know, when Pehla Naksha and Bazi, my previous two films hadn't worked.
Yeah.
That time I actually believed that audience को मेरी film समझ में नहीं आई. The audience नहीं समझी is what I felt.
Right.
This time it was not the case. This time I felt that maybe, you know, they're too shocked to see after Lagan a film from me of this kind. Maybe they're expecting something else.
कि लोग पीरियड ड्रामा एक्सपेक्ट कर
रहे हैं, कुछ दूसरा बना जाएगा, फुटबॉल पे पिक्चर होगी. It can be anything.
अच्छा, right.
So thankfully, later after 1 year when the film came on satellite, from there इतनी बुरी नहीं है पिक्चर. ये वेव चालू हुआ.
अच्छा.
And then वो थोड़ा पकड़ता गया and today we are celebrating 20 years.
आप देखते हो मतलब सोशल मीडिया पे लोग मतलब एनालिसिस करते हैं फिल्म का, वीडियो एसेज बने हुए हैं इतने सारे.
सब तो मैं नहीं देख सकता बिकॉज मैं इंस्टा में 6 महीने पहले आया हूँ पहली बार. ट्विटर पे मैं आया हूँ probably 5-6 years ago, 7 years ago. तो ट्विटर पे जो भी मैं देख सकता हूँ या एक्स पे वहाँ पे मुझे देखने को मिलता है. पीपल आर रिएक्टिंग टू इट वेरी वेरी पॉजिटिवली एंड इंटरेस्टिंग. कुछ एसेज या एज यू सेड
YouTube पे बहुत अच्छे कुछ वीडियो एसेज हैं.
अच्छा.
वेरी इलैबोरेट एंड बहुत डिटेल में लोगों ने स्टडी किया हुआ है. हम लोगों ने भी की है कई बार.
Okay.
But yeah, you should really see them because it's also very interesting to see because it's become one of those films where it feels like every person has like a different interpretation for every little thing.
Yes.
You know?
Yes. Yeah. I saw that.
How do you feel about that in general? Like about in terms of cinema in general, ki how differently everyone perceives. Maybe you didn't intend for a glass of water to be a certain way. You just
Yeah.
want it to be a glass of water, but then people's perceptions can be so different.
Yeah.
So आपकी generally उस बारे में क्या opinion है?
नहीं, मुझे लगता है कि in cinema a lot of times there are accidents, beautiful accidents, where आपने कुछ एक interpret किया है, आपने कुछ present किया है, कुछ motive डाला है, कुछ symbolism किया है, nobody got it. हो सकता है. Sometimes people get it. When people get it, even if it is delayed, it's a great feeling because someone applied his mind, his or her mind, to go into the depths of what is being conveyed. So, like the glass of water that you're talking about,
Yes.
people actually notice that.
Yeah.
A lot of times people tell me that कि वो एक जो close है जिसमें मोहन keeps the glass away, उसका importance film में आगे चल के पता चलता है. At the railway station.
Yes.
So I feel good that people notice that. And a lot of times, even if it is not noticed, subliminally वो अंदर जा रहा है. So there are so many things on. अच्छा, दूसरी बात ये भी होती है कि जब नोटिस करते हैं लोग, तो आपको थोड़ी होशियारी भी लगती है. You feel कि देखा मैंने प्लान किया था, लोगों को समझ में आ रहा है.
Yes.
वो भी होता है. But overall, it's a good thing when a film is successful. वो actually आपकी नहीं रहती है. वो audience की हो जाती है. Because the audience takes it, embraces it, and it's like a adoption that happens.
Yeah.
Films that don't do well stay back in my house. Mohenjo-daro I can talk about.
Correct.
Which is so that becomes a film that is closer to you because ये आपका बच्चा है. इसको किसी ने पसंद नहीं किया. So now you are nurturing it.
Right.
And you are still trying to remind people, tell people about the good things about.
Yeah.
ये हुनर है बच्चा. तो वो होता है. So a Swades or a Lagan or a Jodha Akbar, when they go into public domain, interpretation is there. People do the interpretation, and I like that because now you can create whatever you want to from there, take whatever you want from there. Because I do that for cinema.
Yeah.
Godfather is my film.
Right.
Taxi Driver is my film. It's no more Scorsese or Coppola's film.
Yeah.
I can interpret it the way I want.
So मतलब I'm very happy कि आपने अपना भी mention कर दिया क्योंकि my page and the company is really about celebration of cinema, the films that have had an influence on our lives. So just let's say going back, when did the कीड़ा of cinema get into you as a film lover? कब से आप films देख रहे हैं? कब से आपको film से प्यार था? And what were some films or some filmmakers that had a really deep influence on you?
Well, genesis of cinema for me is from the age of 5.
Okay.
वो तो पहले ही उस साल में मैंने आराधना भी देखी और भुवन शोम भी देखी. Both were diametrically opposite to each other.
Yeah.
But my habit of watching movies was started by my parents. तो हर हफ्ते कोई ना कोई फिल्म होती ही थी, देखना होता था. मुझे ले जाते थे वो. So cinema is something that as an entertainment तो था ही, but ये कभी माइंड में नहीं था कि अब मैं बड़ा होकर फिल्में बनाऊंगा या मैं एक्टिंग करूंगा. ये सब कभी था ही नहीं. And I'm a kid of mainstream Hindi cinema, a lot of Marathi cinema and Hollywood. तो उसमें पूरे growing up years में right up to probably becoming an actor, European cinema या the serious Fellini, Godard and Truffaut, ये सब था ही नहीं अपने रेडार में.
Right.
It was mainly hardcore Hindi films. So that entire process happened much later. Once I went into college and
but like a film like Bhuvan Shom, if you were watching a film like that as a kid,
yeah,
of course that would like alter your brain chemistry in a very different
absolutely,
way, right?
Absolutely, yeah. But Indian cinema. So Bhuvan Shom भी देख रहे हैं, अब अंकुर भी देख रहे हैं.
वही, yes.
रजनीगंधा भी देख रहे हैं. And you're also watching. See, Akrosh and Ardha Satya much later years. I'm talking about the first those 70s का जो era था.
Correct.
उसमें while watching Manmohan Desai ji and Prakash Mehra ji, you're watching Rishida and Basudha also. And you're watching Shyam Benegal ji and Govind Dalani ji. तो वो जो एक था, it was a curious blend, but Indian in nature.
And when did you discover international films?
So मैंने एक फिल्म की, मेरा जो डेब्यू हुआ वो केतन मेहता जी की फिल्म होली में हुआ.
Yes.
तो होली was being screened at, was being shot at the Film Institute in Pune. तो 30-35 दिन हम पुणे में थे, all of us. तो वहाँ पे पहली बार I saw a subtitled film.
Okay.
और मुझे बहुत अजीब लगा कि आप फिल्म विजुअल देख रहे हो, नीचे आप पढ़ रहे हैं डायलॉग क्या बोला जा रहा है. It took me some time to adjust to that. And I realized the power of the international, non-Hollywood cinema.
Yes.
Where you had Polish films and you had German films and different world out there. So every day after shooting, you would be watching some film or the other at FTI. So that is somewhere where I started getting into a different cinema, which is known as the international cinema. तब तक मेरा इतना world view था नहीं. And फिर many years later when I decided कि मुझे I'm liking direction, I want to get into directing, making a movie. मैं फिल्म स्कूल तो नहीं गया कभी, मुझे मौका नहीं मिला तभी उस वक्त जाने का. तो I thought why not do the film appreciation course at FTI. 40 दिन का कोर्स होता है वो, very intense होता है and it's again an eye opener because that was a focused क्रैश कोर्स ही हो गया वो.
Yes.
जिसमें मैं ये नहीं कहूँगा मैं फिल्म मेकर बन गया, बट मुझे कॉन्फिडेंस आ गया कि कुछ नॉलेज मिल गई. बहुत सारे अच्छे टीचर्स थे जिन्होंने वहाँ लेक्चर्स दिए, उनसे बहुत सारी इन्फॉर्मेशन मिली. एटलीस्ट आई कुड टेक द करेज कि ओके लेट मी राइट माई स्क्रिप्ट एंड लेट्स ट्राई मेकिंग अ फिल्म. सो दैट प्रोसेस देन बिगैन.
डू यू रिमेंबर लाइक one or two particular films जो आपने उस टाइम में देखी हो, जो कि मतलब which you have a really fond memory of, कि मतलब वो वाली फिल्म देखने के बाद you felt something like shifting inside you कि हाँ यार यही करना है मेरे को.
Actually there are many, एक या दो मैं नहीं कहूँगा. I mean the first Bengali film that I saw was Pather Panchali, and that was a revelation थी वो फिल्म. एक ऐसे समय पे मैंने देखी जब मैं इतना फिल्म कॉन्शियस भी नहीं था, फिल्म इंटरनेशनल सिनेमा का इतना ज्ञान भी नहीं था, लेकिन पाथेर से कनेक्ट किया मैंने. उसी समय द अदर फिल्म दैट आई सॉ वाज ट्रूफो की फिल्म 400 Blows, which I thought again कि ये ऐसी कहानी हम बोलते नहीं है, हमारी सिनेमा में ये कहानी आती ही नहीं है कभी. तो दैट वाज अ बिग revelation. Whether I want to make those kind of films, ऐसा ख्याल कभी नहीं आया. But ये definitely feel हुआ कि यार cinema is not just about mainstream हिंदी. It must entertain. लेकिन कुछ अलग बात भी कही जा सकती है. कुछ, of course, ये भी तब realization ये भी हुआ कि इन फिल्म मेकर्स ने उनकी कंट्री में उस समय जो उनके इर्द गिर्द हो रहा था उसको ध्यान में रख के उन्होंने बनाया था. So it cannot be applied to any other country or a time.
Yes.
It's related to that time. So 400 Blows at that time in France. Okay, I get it. Can't be emulated. Like all the entire Iranian cinema.
Yes.
जो 84, 86 में जो शुरू हुआ, वो there was a specific reason for it. Why इतनी बच्चों की फिल्में वहाँ पे आई? तो अगर हमने आज भी अगर सब फिल्म मेकर्स को यहाँ पे कह दिया कि from now on you will only do children's films. You can't make anything else. And उन children's films में खाली बच्चे होने चाहिए. तो our cinema will be different. Because every filmmaker of ours will be telling a story about kids.
Yeah.
तो that's what happened to Iran.
Yes.
तो I try to keep in touch even today कि दुनिया में क्या फिल्में हो रही हैं, कहाँ पे क्या हो रहा है. Just to know what is happening. Can I apply it here? Maybe not.
Right.
Because ultimately I'm going to follow what my heart is and what I want to tell as a story.
आपको लगता है important है as a filmmaker or even as any kind of artist working in the films, to keep on watching and discovering new films from around the world?
Very important. Very, very important. To give you an example, if I look at the new Gladiator.
Yeah.
the kind of technological advancement and the application of new techniques, new discoveries in VFX, the way they have been applied in the film, is a revelation. Can I employ the same in my movie? Maybe not because of budget. But can I employ the same method of doing it on a smaller scale? I can. तो ये भी अगर आपको जानना है तो आपको constantly upgrade होता रहना पड़ेगा.
Correct.
What you'll not ever upgrade in is the story and the theme that you want to tell. Because those will have to be what comes from within you.
Yeah. Example देखते हो VFX में, for example, आपको कौन सी ऐसी चीजें feel हुई कि
the way you can create a completely 3D model of a human for the white shots and not have the actor there, I think it's fascinating. Because otherwise what happens is when we actually take, when we make our schedule breakdowns and everything, even for every shot that we take, we have the actor giving the shot.
Correct.
We consider creating body doubles and have the body double give a shot. But to do it in 3D on horseback, create the same impression with galloping shots, I thought that is fantastic. Because there are so many times that you're faced with such challenges where necessarily an actor might not be able to give you that kind of a riding shot. What do? Body double is not going to function that well. Animals, creation of animals, I think it's some completely other level. So I think those kind of applications are really helpful.
मतलब मैं I'm particularly fascinated with the fact that you spoke about this because मैं भी आपसे इस बारे में बात करना चाहता हूँ. मैंने कल ही ना एक आर्टिकल पढ़ा, वायर वालों ने एक आर्टिकल डाला था about how VFX has replaced extras in films.
Yeah.
है ना?
Yeah.
आप एक ऐसे फिल्म मेकर हैं जिन्होंने लगान और जोधा अकबर जैसी फिल्मों में हजारों एक्स्ट्रास के साथ काम किया है एक सीन में.
Yeah.
आपने मतलब you used actual people when you had to, and that rarely happens today.
Yeah.
In the biggest productions around the world. What's your take on that?
I did this in Panipat. Panipat के battle sequences में I didn't have so many extras or so many horses riding, so I had to employ that technique to multiply it.
Right.
And thankfully, आजकल क्या you can break the magic and still not have an audience shying away from it. पहले क्या होता था, आपको बोलना नहीं होता था कि हमने कैसे चीटिंग की है, हमने कैसे एक्स्ट्रास को हमने VFX में क्रिएट किया, ये कोई बोलता नहीं था. अब it's common knowledge.
Correct.
So at least you're able to bravely talk about it. So we employed a lot of that in Panipat. We employed a lot of set extensions in Panipat. Which earlier in Jodha Akbar I couldn't do. So Jodha Akbar was more of a pure, you are building Agra Fort and you're building Amer.
If you had the opportunity back then also, you would have.
Yeah.
For sure.
100%. Of course.
Right. Yes, sir, I have to say that, I think for most people who are interested in cinema, watching the documentary about Lagan Chale Chalo, I think that kind of becomes like a shifting point in our lives, क्योंकि समझ आता है कि भाई हलवा नहीं है filmmaking, और you have to have like a different level of passion and जुनून जैसा आपको था उस फिल्म के टाइम to really be able to pull it off. दो ही documentaries हैं जो आज तक मेरे को जिन्होंने ऐसे हिलाया है like about making of films. One is Chale Chalo and second is Burden of Dreams.
Oh yes.
Fitzcarraldo के बारे में.
Outstanding है वो भी. Even Hearts of Darkness.
Hearts of Darkness also, which I unfortunately haven't seen, but I need to check it out.
You should see that, yeah. But even this Fitzcarraldo, outstanding.
Yeah.
मतलब वो he went real.
Yeah.
Herzog went real.
Extremely real.
हाँ.
And मैं अभी ऋषभ से यही बात कर रहा था कि it's interesting that there is some commonality between Fitzcarraldo and Lagan, just in terms of कि even they were working with the locals.
Yeah. The impossibility of the task.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the lengths that you went to in order to achieve that.
Yeah. And physical hardships.
Yes.
Physical hardships also is a common factor there. Climatic problems, weather problems, ये भी हैं.
Yeah.
No, but that I often tell Satyajit Bhatkal, who directed that, that you have made me a star by making that documentary.
Yeah, that's
you have actually positioned me as a filmmaker.
Yeah,
So I
yeah.
quite thank him for that. It's one of the, you're right, it's one of the best documentaries that has been done on
It's
any film.
unbelievable, and it has such a high viewership like around the world. Like it's in the film circles, people from around the world speak about the documentary.
Acha.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, Chale Chalo and Burden of Dreams are spoken in the same sentence.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah. I think a lot of people in India, people haven't seen it that much जितना बाहर लोगों ने देखी हुई है. लेकिन how do you look back at that time and just the sheer passion that you had while making that film?
See, Lagan is at a time when I was coming on the film after 2 of my previous films not working. तो मैं तो बांध के आया था कि अब अगर मुझे लॉन्च होना है एज अ डायरेक्टर,
yes,
तो यही फिल्म है, नहीं तो और कोई नहीं.
Right.
एंड आफ्टर आमिर सेड यस, वो डबल हो गया मेरे लिए. क्या उसने हाँ भी बोल दिया, अब तो मुझे कुछ भी करके आई हैव टू, होता ना, यू हैव टू थ्रो अ डार्ट, इट हैज टू बी बुल्सआई. इट कांट बी कि लेट मी कम इन द इनर रिंग, पेनल्टीमेट रिंग में आ जाता हूँ, ऐसा ही नहीं. इट हैज टू बी बुल्सआई. एंड अगर वो नहीं होता है, तो लाइक द फार्मर्स, उनका लगान का जितना लगान माफ कराना जितना जरूरी था, उतना मुझे सक्सीड होना जरूरी था.
Yeah.
So I was in the same boat as them in a way.
The stakes were
The stakes
very
were
high in both the situations.
So I think my focus and my concentration was some other level. Not that it has diminished, आज भी है.
Right.
लेकिन उस फिल्म को लेके वो मैं रिपीट नहीं कर सकता अभी. Because वो फिल्म बनाते वक्त की जो भूख थी, जो एक फुल इंटेंसिटी थी, वो अलग थी. और सबसे बड़ा उसमें ये था कि आई हैव टू एज अ फिल्म मेकर इन्फ्यूज माई एनर्जी इन एवरी अदर मेंबर, वो चाहे एक्टर्स हो या चाहे मेरा पूरा HODs हो, बिकॉज अल्टीमेटली यू हैव टू ब्रिंग देम ऑल टुगेदर फॉर द विजन. अकेले तो मैं कर ही नहीं सकता.
That was a massive team.
Yeah, it was a massive team, and I can't do it alone at all.
लगान की मेकिंग देख के ना, और लगान के बारे में पढ़ के ऐसा फील होता है कि इट वाज ऑलमोस्ट लाइक एन इंडिपेंडेंट फिल्म बीइंग मेड एट अ मैसिव स्केल.
क्या बात है? I like the way you put it. हाँ, it is. Yeah.
The way that you guys were doing things was just, I mean, that's how independent filmmakers make their films.
Yeah.
But I mean, you guys had a vision, had a scale.
Yeah.
And I think that's what makes Lagan what it is today.
Yeah. I'm going to quote you somewhere. I'm going to copy this. It is true, but it is an indie film with a huge budget.
Yeah.
The approach is indie.
Yes, absolutely.
You're right.
आप लोग जिस तरह की चीजें उस टाइम पे कर रहे थे, in terms of the kind of casting process that you went through for just the casting for the casting of the British actors, for example.
Yeah.
That was such a rigorous process. And everything, matlab, designing Champaran with the local designers from Kutch, if I'm not wrong.
Correct.
So all those things, I mean, those are not things that like every filmmaker would do for any film, like any random film that they're doing. When you were working on that, मतलब आपकी नजर में वो कहाँ जा रहा था? मतलब आप कहाँ देख रहे थे उस फिल्म के अल्टीमेट फेट को? Did you envision that it would become as big as it became eventually?
नहीं. Genuinely I thought when I cracked the story, for myself I'm saying, when I cracked it and I thought, oh my God, ये combination कि a British Raj film with a sports drama, with romance and as a musical, इतना weird combination है ये. And इसका जो thrust है कि गांव वाले अपना लगान माफ करने के लिए कर रहे हैं, तो उसका इमोशनल क्वेश्चन इतना हाई था कि एट दैट पॉइंट आई इमीडिएटली न्यू कि आई हैव अ हिट इन माय हैंड. सुपर हिट, डुपर हिट वो सब नहीं जानता, इतना कि ये फिल्म लोगों को देखने में मजा आएगा विद इट्स एस्पेक्ट ऑफ क्रिकेट एंड एवरीथिंग एल्स एंड द रोमांस एंड. लेकिन बहुत ज्यादा मिला. लेकिन वो कैसी चीजें हैं कि जब आप एक्चुअली फिल्म बनाने लगते हैं और हर आपका पहलू कंप्लीट होने लगता है. जैसे मेरे पास जब आमिर ने मुझसे पूछा कि व्हाट इज योर विश लिस्ट, क्या क्या चाहिए इसमें, he said A.R. रहमान, जावेद अख्तर, भानु अथैया, गोरों की कास्टिंग जो है ब्रिटिश की वो लंदन से चाहिए, एंड अनिल मेहता, ये सारी HODs की ये विश लिस्ट है। दीदी का गाना, आशा ताई का गाना, ये सब चीजें चाहिए इस फिल्म में, सब मिला। तो वो आई थिंक was a boon to be able to get that wish list, and of course it all became possible because Amir Khan is not only acting in it, but he's putting his career on stake, starting a production house and making it.
Yeah,
that means kuch to hoga. So that kind of became a big boost for getting everything in the right vein, in the way the film should get it. ब्रिटिश एक्टर्स का आना इसलिए जरूरी था बिकॉज उनके आने से फिल्म को एक रियलिज्म का फ्लेवर बहुत स्ट्रांग मिलता है। तो फ्लेवर नहीं, तड़का है वो। आपको लगता है कि ये रियल अंग्रेज आए हैं, तो मतलब ये तो हुआ था।
करेक्ट।
एंड कहीं पे मुझे हमेशा ये एक ओवरऑल मेरा था कि ये घटना ऐसी है कि हुई थी, ये सिर्फ मुझे मालूम है और मैं आपको बता रहा हूँ। इसलिए भुवन का नाम इतिहास के पन्नों में कहीं खो गया। एंड में जो लाइन है वो, इट कंफ्यूज्ड अ लॉट ऑफ पीपल इवन एट दैट टाइम, सेइंग ये रियली हुआ था। So but that's the idea. It's a what if film.
Yeah, that's beautiful. Of course, Lagan went to the Oscars. I'm sure you've spoken about this quite a lot of times, but it's a feat that is even today very rare for an Indian director, right? We wish that more and more directors would get nominated for Oscars, but it doesn't happen. And of course, then there's a whole question of whether we should even put that much emphasis on people being nominated for Oscars. But for you, from then to now, did that nomination for you become a responsibility after that? Did it become a burden? Did it become an asset? What has it been like for you?
An asset for sure. Asset why? Because it goes down in history. वो एक रिकॉर्ड हो गया कि it got nominated. It's not a record to be broken. I'm not saying a record in that sense. I'm saying actual record.
Yes.
You know, Academy केस में गया कि ये फिल्म नॉमिनेट हुई थी। वो डेस्टिनी लगान की थी। It's not necessary that I can emulate that again and again with every film. Because every next film that you make has got its own beauty, own problems, own appealing points, and own life. वो कितनी आगे देखी जाएगी, कितनी चलेगी, will generations see it. हर एक फिल्म का अपना अलग होता है। तो I have never taken कि अब है तो अब कुछ भी करके लगान तो अपना ऑस्कर तो जीतना ही है। ऐसे कभी नहीं, वो पॉसिबल नहीं है।
राइट।
एंड वो पॉसिबल इसलिए नहीं है क्योंकि जब आप लाइक व्हेन वी वेंट देयर, हम लोग सोचते हैं कि हमने हमारे देश की अच्छी फिल्म भेजी है। हम ये कभी नहीं सोचते हैं कि बाकी देशों ने भी यही सोच के उनकी फिल्में भी भेजी हैं। So there are 52 more films. You have to think about what are those 52 films. आपका competition क्या है? And where do you stand when you look at the competition? Because you yourself might see another film and say, यार ये कमाल फिल्म है। ये तो मतलब ये तो जीत जाएगी। Is the feeling that you can get. So we cannot be thinking कि हमने हमारी एक फिल्म भेजी है तो वो तो जीतेगी। मतलब वो तो patriotism वाली बात हो गई।
Yeah.
You know, you have to really think about what is the hurdles there. And awards, success or failure, इसका बर्डन मैंने कभी नहीं रखा। Because I feel for me personally, it shakes what you want to do next. Because हर नई फिल्म के साथ I reset everything to zero. मुझे नहीं जानना है कि पिक्चर कितनी चली थी, नहीं चली थी, सक्सेस हुई थी क्या। Focus on the new one. Because इस नई फिल्म के अपने challenges अलग अलग हैं।
Of course.
Bring that to the screen with the best of your ability.
पर आपको लगता है कि फर्क पड़ता है जैसे पैरासाइट विनिंग completely changed the way that Korean cinema was being perceived around the world. Do you think that if I don't know, मतलब बहुत ऐसे hypothetical type का सवाल पूछ रहा हूँ मैं, पर आप कभी सोचते हो इस बारे में कि अगर लगान जीती होती तो फिर क्या होता?
But I think nomination होना या जीतना एक ही बात है.
Right.
In that,
of course,
at that level, I'm saying.
Absolutely.
एक बार हम लोग we met the Bosnian filmmaker Danis Danovic, उसका नाम है. He's the one who made No Man's Land. Superb film.
Yeah.
And we didn't expect it to win. We were thinking कि दूसरी एक फिल्म है वो जीतेगी, but वो जीत गई. Superb film. कुछ साल बाद हम लोग जहाँ एक इसमें मिले, तो at that time he had given up filmmaking and he had become a political activist. He had entered politics. तब जब हमारी बात हुई तो उसने ये कहा कि यार I saw the film and I really think लगान should have won. वो पर्सपेक्टिव की बात है वो. At that point in time he was feeling very strongly कि नहीं, it is his film that should win. But sometimes it's a jury that decides and you cannot really control कि how is the jury thinking at a point in time. उस वक्त East European entire region was going through these war and survivor issues. तो उस week में the academy members felt कि the award should go to No Man's Land. You can't change that. So I really think I believe in every jury that is ever appointed. Because ultimately it's a group of people who collectively think कि किस फिल्म को अवार्ड मिलना चाहिए, किसको नहीं मिलना चाहिए.
Correct.
अब आप नहीं कह सकते कि ये जूरी रॉन्ग है. अब you have to accept it.
पर बात वो भी है ना कि सिर्फ it's not just about the merit of a film. मतलब जो the campaigning that happens around it, the connections that you have.
बहुत सारी चीजें हैं involved. Correct. But मुझे लग रहा है कि वो जो आमिर और मैंने जो कैंपेनिंग की उस वक्त, जो बेस्ट हम कर सके, हमारे पास पैसा भी नहीं था, हमने सिर्फ इतना किया कि हर आदमी को वहां पे जो भी हमारी पहचान का है या हमने नया हमारा इंट्रोडक्शन हुआ है, उसको ये कन्विंस करो कि एक बार फिल्म देखना, भले ही पसंद ना आए लेकिन एक बार लगान देखना. एंड पहले से 4 वार्निंग, 3.25 घंटे की पिक्चर है लेकिन हम दावे से कहते हैं कि आपको मजा आएगा, ऐसे हम लोग बोल रहे हैं.
राइट.
सो माय पॉइंट इज दैट इट गेटिंग अ नॉमिनेशन is a great enough deal compared to winning.
Of course, yes.
But since then, I'm very happy with the way our Indian cinema, be it independent, be it parallel, जो भी आपको terminology देनी है, be it mainstream.
Right.
We have got a great viewership and interest over the years.
Yes.
रहमान के 2 ऑस्कर विन्स हुए, रसूल का एक हुआ, I mean those are all RRR के हुए. तो इससे हमारा बज़ और अवेयरनेस बहुत स्ट्रांग है. कैन में अपने इतने हुए हैं.
Sean also got nominated for an Oscar.
Yeah, so it's each film has got its own destiny, as I keep saying. Whether the same filmmaker can do it again, I don't know.
Yeah. आपकी फिल्म्स में म्यूजिक एंड डांस सीक्वेंसेस, ऑलमोस्ट हर गाना जो आप बनाते हो, द वे दैट यू अरेंज इट, द वे दैट यू प्लान योर सॉन्ग्स, द वे दैट यू प्लान द डांसेस, उनकी स्टेजिंग, ब्लॉकिंग, हर चीज इतनी ज्यादा कोरियोग्राफ्ड और इतनी प्लान्ड होती है, जो कि काफी ऑब्वियसली उसमें होती है, लेकिन इट्स लाइक थ्रू एवरी सॉन्ग यू आर ट्राइंग टू टेल अ स्टोरी ऑफ इट्स ओन. स्वदेश में स्पेशली, ऑफ कोर्स लगान, जो लगभग एवरी फिल्म, or you made a film, possibly it was the first Indian film that went around the world which had so many song and dance sequences. And even after that, that's the most fascinating thing to me कि आपने उसके बाद भी जो फिल्में बनाई, स्वदेश वगैरह जो भी, despite possibly having this slight burden of the fact that you are an Oscar nominated director and but आपने वो खत्म नहीं किया, आपने और ज्यादा उस चीज को फुल पावर कर दिया स्वदेश वगैरह में. वो मतलब just can you just speak a little bit about what like having music and dance sequences in your films means to you, and what it means also in terms of their relevance in Indian cinema?
So as I said, I'm a product of Hindi films, Marathi films,
Yeah.
जहाँ पे गाना होता ही है. इनफैक्ट बचपन में when I used to watch movies in theaters, गाने में अगर एक गाना चालू होता था तो लोग उठते थे बाहर जाने के लिए, maybe for smoking or the washroom or whatever, but they used to get up and I used to feel, why are you getting up? Why are you leaving such an important aspect of movie watching? So somewhere it stuck with me that songs are a beautiful way of conveying the emotion of that particular scene that is happening. And I'm not referring to only love songs, because love songs have a single purpose. It's love songs.
Yeah.
Love of a mother for her child. The lullaby expresses it best. माँ, आप कितने भी माँ के शॉट्स ले लो कि माँ ने बच्चे को नजदीक बुलाया, उसका चेहरा हाथ में लिया और कहा कि बेटा मैं तुझसे बहुत प्यार करती हूँ. It's not enough. But you put a lullaby there.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
Correct.
भगवान मेरी मदद करो, ये आप कितना भी सीन में कह दो, उसका इम्पैक्ट नहीं है. वो पालनहारी में उसका इम्पैक्ट है. चलो भाई लोग, अभी हम सब बहुत मेहनत से काम करेंगे, हम लोग हमको ये सब करना है. नो इम्पैक्ट. चले चलो इज एन इम्पैक्ट. और ये आप दोनों में, आप सब में इतनी दूरियां क्यों हैं, इतना भेदभाव क्यों है? आप सबको एक साथ रहना चाहिए, आप सबको एक साथ सीखना चाहिए. डजंट वर्क. ये तारा वो तारा वर्क्स. सो फॉर मी, in a screenplay actually, if you have 60 scenes, each scene can be a song for me. It's enhancement of that emotion. And I really enjoy that. So because I enjoy it, I try to bring in, so every time my song situation will be very different in its treatment, in its choreography, in the way it's lit, because everything goes into the creation of that song. Also, मुझे ये भी लगना चाहिए कि अगर आप गाना फिल्म में से निकाल दें तो आपको कुछ मिसिंग लगना चाहिए.
मिसिंग लगना चाहिए
कि सीन में एक सीन मिस हो गया.
राइट.
इसलिए कि चले चलो गाना इज नॉट देयर और ये तारा वो तारा इज नॉट देयर, वो जॉइंट बनेगा ही नहीं. बट लव सॉन्ग आप निकाल दो, कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता. फॉर एन ऑडियंस द फिल्म कैन स्टिल कंटिन्यू. सो सिचुएशनली आई फील वेरी स्ट्रांगली अबाउट आप किस तरह से गाने को स्क्रीन प्ले में रख रहे हो.
लेकिन फिर आपके लिए while you write, like how do you do it? Like do you work, like collaborate with the songwriter, the lyricist while you are writing the script? Where at what point do you bring it in? आप अपने स्क्रिप्ट में किस तरीके से वो गाना लिखते हो?
So usually मेरे स्क्रीन प्ले में ही वो गाना आ जाता है.
Okay.
स्क्रीन प्ले राइटिंग में ही मैं गाना इंक्लूड करता हूँ.
मतलब उसी पॉइंट पे आप you bring the
lyricist. And नहीं, लिरिसिस्ट नहीं. गाने में क्या कहा जाएगा,
okay,
उसका इंग्लिश में मेरा थॉट होता है खाली.
Understood.
कि इसमें ये कहा जाना चाहिए. And then when I sit with जावेद साहब, I convey to him apart from the script कि इस सीन में हमको ये इमोशन एनहांस करना है.
Got it.
इसकी हमें बात करनी है. जैसे फॉर रामलीला का गाना फॉर एग्जांपल.
I was just going to come to that, yeah.
कि गांव में ये तो रामलीला का सीन तो है ही, बट इसमें मोहन भार्गव क्या कहने वाला है इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट.
Yeah.
बिकॉज उसका रियलाइजेशन है वो. एंड वो इनको ये बताना चाह रहा है कि आप सबके मन में जो एक डर है, वो डर को आप हटा दो, आप सब जीत सकते हो. और वो रामलीला के कनेक्शन में जब आता है तो मन का रावण हो गया. वो मन का रावण आप हटा दो तो राम आपके अंदर है. नाउ दैट्स द ग्रेटनेस ऑफ जावेद साहब. बट टू ब्रिंग इन द सिचुएशन and bring it at such a point in the film where now it is the last straw. मोहन भी अब थक गया है. तो ये लास्ट मोमेंट है जहां पे वो इस गाने के थ्रू एक्सप्लेन करेगा और फिर कहेगा कि आप सब चलिए मेरे साथ, मैं आपको दिखाता हूं क्या करना है. तो इन दैट सेंस आई एम सेइंग द सॉन्ग्स बिकम फॉर मी स्क्रीन प्ले में आई वर्क देम आउट before I go to the music director or the lyricist.
मैं बस यहाँ पे एक पर्सनल स्टोरी भी आपको बताना चाहता हूँ कि द फर्स्ट टाइम आई एवर गॉट ऑन अ बिग स्टेज वाज व्हेन आई हैड टू सिंग चले चलो.
अच्छा.
एट दिस सिटी फोर्ट में हम लोगों ने परफॉर्म किया था.
Okay.
एंड या वी वन.
You're a singer? Oh, okay.
या मतलब या
इतना पॉज किया मतलब you're a good singer. हाँ.
बहुत बचपन की बात है लेकिन वो
Okay.
10-11 साल का था मैं. That was the first time I ever got on like a big stage. And yeah, we won. So that was, I mean, yeah, like that's where my journey with the stage started.
So अपनी जीत हो उनकी हारा वही हुआ.
Literally, yes.
क्या बात. Okay.
Like of course there are so many things that I love about Swades, but I think this scene comes right after the Ramleela song, जिसमें वो लोग पंचायत में बैठे होते हैं.
हाँ. बिजली चली गई है.
जिसमें बेसिकली मोहन भार्गव सेज दैट मैं नहीं मानता कि हमारा देश दुनिया का सबसे महान देश है.
हाँ वो पहले है वो तो स्कूल के डिस्कशन में
राइट. यू नो इट्स सच अ सिंपल थॉट, इट्स सच अ सिंपल आइडिया, बट दिस सिंपल एक्ट ऑफ यू नो वेरी सिंपल रिबेलियन इन अ विलेज, इट सेज सो मच. तो where did that idea come for you? Of course that's essentially what the whole film is about. It's about this man coming back and trying to just have a conversation with people and saying that yeah, we're not perfect, but we can work together to make it better. So why was this idea important to you?
So at that time one of our national phrases was Mera Bharat Mahan. That was the campaign that was very strongly there. And I used to often feel that, yes, we must, of course, as a true patriot and all of that, I'm going to say Mera Bharat Mahan. But are we really Mahan? And if you're not, what is it that we are lagging behind? वो क्या चीज़ है जिसमें हम फोकस करके हम एक्चुअली महान बन सकते हैं? Was the thought that I used to have in my own mind space. Film में I thought, if that can be expressed through Mohan Bhargav, जो एक्चुअली एक आउटसाइडर है, बाहर से आया है, कुछ निजी काम से आया है, उसका कोई लेना देना नहीं है हार्टलैंड इंडिया के साथ या देश के प्रॉब्लम्स के साथ. वो अच्छा खासा वहाँ पे बसा हुआ है परदेश में, बहुत अच्छे जॉब में है, इज डूइंग व्हाट ही लव्स, इज अ साइंटिस्ट. लेकिन जब वो इस निजी काम के लिए आता है जहाँ पे उसे उसकी बचपन की दाई को वापस ले जाना है, तो ही रीडिस्कवर्स. Now when he rediscovers, what is the most important takeaway for him? The important takeaway is that this country has got the potential to be a great country, but we are falling behind because of ABC reasons. And ये emotion हम सब में था तभी. हम सब में था लेकिन हम एक्सप्रेस नहीं कर रहे थे, बिकॉज हमें हमेशा लग रहा था कि हम क्यों करें, कोई और जरूर करेगा. एंड अगर मैं करूंगा लोग कहेंगे कि क्या भाई एक्टिविस्ट बन रहा है, क्या हो रहा है. सो नोबडी वांटेड टू एक्चुअली एक्सप्रेस इट, एंड आई थॉट थ्रू मोहन अगर वो बात आती है, इट मेक्स द होल फिल्म एन इनर जर्नी वेर यू रियली स्टार्ट क्वेश्चनिंग योरसेल्फ. It's not about your country. It can be for your house. It can be for your village. It can be for your place of domain. कि आपको आपकी उस जगह को कैसे आपको सुधारना है. वो इमोशन जगाने के लिए वो सीन बहुत जरूरी था. एंड द एंटायर थीम ऑफ स्वदेश.
या अभी मैंने देखा आपके पास ऑब्वियसली बहुत सारी फिल्म्स वाली किताबें पड़ी हुई हैं. आई थिंक आई सॉ एटलीस्ट अ कपल ऑफ बुक्स ऑन जस्ट अल्फ्रेड हिचकॉक.
Yes.
और हिचकॉक की बड़ी फेमस कोट है, मतलब मेरे को एग्जैक्ट याद नहीं है, बट ही सेड समथिंग अलोंग द लाइंस ऑफ दैट आई मेक फिल्म्स इन ऑर्डर टू डील विद माय ओन फियर्स. क्योंकि जो मेरे फियर्स होते हैं मैं उनको फिल्मों में डाल लेता हूं, उनके साथ फिर मैं लाइक दैट्स हाउ आई डील विद देम. कैन आई आस्क व्हाई यू मेक फिल्म्स?
वेल I like the entire process of telling a story with the help of several different individuals who are all professionals. I'm bringing together specialists to put on screen the idea and the story that I have. For me, I like to entertain, but it has to be with a message. When I'm saying message, I mean it needs to be something that जब आप फिल्म देख रहे थे तो आपको फिल्म देखते वक्त महसूस नहीं हुआ। आप घर गए, आपको एक 10 दिन बाद, 15 दिन बाद आपको सडनली कुछ आपने देखा, आपने सोचा कि यार वो फिल्म मेरे माइंड में बार बार आ रही है. So what has happened is the core of the film has touched you somewhere. So for me, that to create that is my go-to. तो मेरे लिए किसी भी फिल्म में थीम पहले आती है. So when I was thinking about religious tolerance, I need to do something on religious tolerance, and I started writing. That's when I came up with Jodha Akbar. When I thought of women empowerment का theme मैं ढूंढ रहा था, तो मुझे बहुत ढूंढने के बाद I found Watcher राशि, जिसमें 12 लड़कियां हैं, हर एक का कुछ ना कुछ प्रॉब्लम है. So for me the process is that, and I don't think I can, मैं उतना कुशल नहीं हूँ कि मैं ऐसी फिल्म बनाऊं जो सिर्फ एंटरटेन करेगी, बिकॉज वो कुशलता कुछ अलग है.
How?
I'm talking about a film which is purely as a thriller, or purely as a it can be a caper, it can be a comedy. I don't think I can make that. Because वो expertise अलग है.
पर आपकी फिल्म में तो सब कुछ ही होता है.
इसलिए, so I can make a film about that but with a message.
Right.
That's what I mean. So I'll want to have a message, I'll have to have songs, I'll have all that, I'll have set points of humor भी होंगे. But message होना जरूरी. Without message, without theme, I don't think I can make a film.
You started your career obviously as an actor, and at that time you were working with directors like Ketan Mehta, Aziz Mirza, Syed Akhtar Mirza. You were in Salim Lagde Matro, which is like one of my favorite films of all time.
Yeah. सबके नाम लेते हो तो मैं कान पकड़ता हूँ. Like पंडित
मतलब
और पंडित.
मैं तो इतना छोटा हूँ, मैं तो आशुतोष गोवारिकर भी ऐसा बोलूँगा. लेकिन do you feel like being in that space and working with those greats, and especially, I mean, that was parallel cinema.
Yeah.
They were all making films or shows with a message. You know, even something like Circus, which was a show about a circus in decline. पर उसमें भी मतलब हर एपिसोड में there used to be a takeaway.
बिल्कुल सही.
तो do you feel like being around those people and those artists had influence on your own filmmaking career and the way that you wanted to tell stories?
Absolutely. जो भी आपने नाम लिए हैं, केतन जी हैं, सईद मिर्जा साहब हैं, अजीज मिर्जा जी हैं, कुंदन शाह जी हैं, the late कुंदन शाह.
Yes.
They are all masters, I feel, for the kinds of films they made. These are the filmmakers that I've worked with as an actor. But at the same time, I mean, I've worked with Basudha also, Bashu Chatterjee ji.
Really?
हाँ, Kamla Ki Maut.
Oh, yes.
Shyam Babu I've worked with on Discovery of India.
Oh, okay.
So I've got the opportunity to work with a lot of greats. But that doesn't take away from other greats like Sai Paranjpe, for example, who made Sparsh and who made Katha and Chashme Padur and incredible films.
Yeah.
Definitely I have a takeaway there, because I not only have I worked with them as an actor, but I've been on set observing them take very vital decisions from the script about how to treat a particular scene or how to enhance a scene in the post-production by way of music, by way of edit. So I got a chance to watch them really closely, and somewhere I think those are invisible experiences that might have worked on me. And we are in touch. Even today, I'm in touch with all of them. A lot of times we meet and, they tell me good things, bad things about the films that I have made, whichever new one has come out. But it's a great feeling.
आपको लगता है कि that was such a different time. Shows like Circus being made, of course, right now also some great shows are being made. You were in an amazing show.
Yeah.
Kala Pani.
Yeah.
And after that, you did one more show, right?
I did Manvat Murders for Sony Live.
Yes. So, of course, a lot of great stuff is being done on television even now. But what differences do you see in the kind of television that was being done back in the day before the 2000s and the kind of stuff that's happening now?
In television?
In television, in long format.
लॉन्ग फॉर्मेट को आप टीवी के साथ कंपेयर नहीं कर सकते, बिकॉज टीवी द इनिशियल ईयर्स जो टेलीविजन था was very limited to just Doordarshan being there, and there was no competition. So all the work was all based in literature. So whether you had Malgudi Days, or whether you had Discovery of India, or you had
Mirza Ghalib.
Mirza Ghalib. I mean, there's so many based in literature.
Right.
So that was the golden era, I felt. When competition came in, everyone started to fight for space. And that's when they realized that actually the television that is being consumed most between the 11 a.m. to the 6 p.m. is by the women of the house. So that television had to be catered to that audience. And then you went again into some male-centric viewing. So when that came in, television became slightly different. It became more, analytics came into play. And I'm not saying that's bad. I'm saying that it evolved. So that evolution was very, very important. Web series has come and opened up for filmmakers a new hub for entertainment, jisme all the stories you couldn't tell in cinema and all the stories you couldn't tell as a television show can be told on web. In the sense that if I have a script which is going to be 4 hours long as a movie, obviously I cannot have it as a contain it in 2 hours, because my characters are too many. And I want to do justice to all those interpersonal relationships. Today I can think of that and straight go to OTT as a long format. Earlier I wouldn't. I would have to, do some kind of, make it in 3 parts and all of that.
But you made one show, Everest.
So Everest was again, it's a television show.
Yeah.
It's still not long format.
But Everest ka bhi format thoda was more along the lines of
Yeah. It's a limited
show.
Yes. Limited series.
जो कि उस टाइम पे कहाँ ही होता था
नहीं होता
मेरे हिसाब से.
Yeah. So 104 episodes थे वो.
अच्छा 104 थे.
हाँ.
But I remember I was a kid, but I used to watch Everest religiously.
Yeah.
तो याद है उसमें गाना था आज रात को बेस कैंप में ये थी फिर से. It was such a catchy song. I still remember it somehow.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was a great show. How was the experience of working on that?
A brilliant experience. Quite simply because, so how did Hillary climb Mount Everest? ये अभी सबको पता है. हिलेरी स्टेप्स भी बन गई, सब बन गया. उसने एक मेथड उसने सेट किया, एक पाथ उसने सेट किया कि ऐसे करो, ऐसे जाओ, ये टर्न, वो टर्न, एंड देन फाइनली यू विल बी एबल टू रीच. इसमें ये हर्डल्स आएंगे. अब उसके पे फिल्म नहीं बन सकती. So I needed a story of a girl who wants to fulfill her father's dream of climbing Everest. Now I want to be with her. And with her comes her group of friends and supporters who are going to make sure that she's able to summit it. So somewhere metaphorically, it is how every girl has to actually fight and conquer her own Everest. Now that could only be told as a television series, not as a film. Because film would be bound by 2 hour duration and all that. And I needed to actually go along with her and capture that home audience into that narration. So it had to be a TV series.
A TV series.
Yeah. And a limited one, and which was free of any kind of TRPs. Because I had to go into the snow और एक ही समय में मुझे वो सारी शूट करनी पड़ी थी. Because मैं बार-बार हिमाचल नहीं जा सकता था.
But a major part you must have also shot like inside sets and studios, right?
Sets and studios भी किए. We shot in Nepal also. We shot at base camp. We shot in New Zealand on Mount Cook.
But I remember there was some really visceral imagery in that show. मतलब मेरे को अभी भी कुछ चीजें याद हैं. मतलब the storm scenes.
Yeah.
And I remember उसमें जो the male protagonist उसका character का conflict ऐसा कुछ होता है कि I think a friend of his.
He has vertigo. Yeah, he has vertigo.
He has vertigo because of that.
Yeah.
And मतलब I think that show did subliminally have an impact on me, क्योंकि मैं अभी भी कभी कभी ऐसा होता है कि मैं ऐसे अगर मैं अपना कुछ लिख रहा होता हूँ ना और मेरे कैरेक्टर में को ऐसा कुछ कॉन्फ्लिक्ट डालना होता है कि किसी को ट्रॉमा है अपने दोस्त के मरने का या फिर ऐसा कुछ, तो मेरे दिमाग में सबसे पहले वो शो आता है.
I must tell this to Glenn Ankush. Glenn Barreto and Ankush Mola, they were the directors of the show.
Okay. But yeah, that was such a great show, and I think like we need to speak more about.
More, yeah, thank you. Yeah.
Could you speak a little bit about your collaboration with the late KP Saxena Saab? Because I mean, I was just trying to do some research, and I could only discover that he's worked with you on Lagan, Swades, and Jodha Akbar.
Yeah.
But he wasn't really working in films otherwise, right?
No, he wasn't. He actually had done a film many years ago called Do Gaz Zameen Ke Neeche, which was a horror film.
Oh.
And he had come to Mumbai and done it, and after that he never came to Mumbai. He didn't enjoy the experience so much. But KP Saxena is a part of my growing up in a very different kind of way. जैसे आज मुशायरे होते हैं या कवि सम्मेलन होते हैं, उस वक्त दूरदर्शन पे कवि सम्मेलन हुआ करते थे, wherein all the different poets would come and recite their latest poetry. किसी का व्यंग होता था, किसी का ड्रामा होता था, किसी का रोमांस होता था. तो केपी साहब, I remember in my growing up years, I found him extremely with great depth and also humor and very clever. Wit bhi tha usme. So one of my tick box wish list when I was doing Lagan was KP Saxena Saab. So when I called him and I had a conversation with him on the phone, I didn't know whether he will want to come to Mumbai or not. तो मैंने उनको लखनऊ में उनको मैंने फ़ोन किया और मैंने उनसे फ़ोन पे बात की और उनसे मैंने फ़ोन पे ही एक बहुत छोटा ढांचा उन्हें मैंने नरेट किया कि इस किस्म की फिल्म है, लेकिन इसमें इम्पोर्टेंट ये है कि अवधी भाषा होना बहुत ज़रूरी है. तो उन्होंने फ़ोन पे ही तुरंत हाँ कह दिया. सर मैं तो मुंबई आके मिलूंगा ही, लेकिन आपने जो मुझे नरेट किया है बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग है और मैं इसमें जुड़ना चाहूंगा. Some of the greatest lines from my movies are his. So to give you an example, फातिमा भी tells कावेरी अम्मा, मैंने इंग्लिश में लाइन लिखी हुई है स्क्रिप्ट में, that tell Mohan that whatever he may do, he has to live in this country. He will ultimately live in this country. Is my line. केपी साहब, अपने ही पानी में पिघल जाना बर्फ का मुकद्दर होता है, कह देना मोहन से.
Wow.
What a line that is.
What a line.
But I could have never thought of this kind of, So KP Saab was full of that. So he's enriched. If you look at Swades and Jodha Akbar and Lagan, the dialogues of it are really enriched by him.
Which is such a great insight, I think, for like all aspiring filmmakers. कि I think all of us immediately think about कि हाँ अगर हम लोग फिल्म बनाएंगे तो हम लोग सीधा उन लोगों के पास जाएंगे जो कि already who are greats of the industry who are already working here. But this is such a great insight कि आप एक ऐसे आर्टिस्ट के पास गए जो कि फिल्म्स में उस टाइम काम नहीं कर रहे थे, पर उनका आपके ऊपर इम्पैक्ट था.
हाँ.
And that has made all the difference. I mean,
absolutely.
The dialogue in your films is phenomenal.
Yeah. And just as an addition, I must tell you that I want to be surrounded by people who know more than me. It is very important for me. Because उनका जो experience है, उनका जो knowledge है, will contribute to the core of the film that you're trying to make. And so these relationships, like my first film, Pehla Nasha, my lyrics were written by Anand Bakshi Saab. In Bazi, it was Majrooh Sultanpuri ji. These are all greats.
Yeah.
They were a cut above everybody else. And of course, that's why my third tick mark was Javed Saab. And with Javed Sahab, I've worked maximum.
Hmm.
Almost every film of mine is Javed Sahab right now.
आपको लगता है कि मतलब मैं इस बारे में बहुत सोचता हूँ कि like it's such a unique thing about Hindi, like in fact like all Indian music, especially Indian film music, because it's not like the songs are written and composed and performed by one person. A song is a collaboration here.
Yeah.
The lyrics are being written by a poet.
Yeah.
Literally, like almost all of our lyricists are people who are poets who write their own poetry. It's not like music is just their forte. They are literally poets.
Yeah.
जिस तरीके के आपने लोगों की भी बात करी, वो सब भी जावेद साहब, everyone, and जो musicians होते हैं वो अपने आप में greats होते हैं, वो अपनी particular field के experts होते हैं.
हाँ.
ऐसा मेरे को लगता है कि दुनिया में कोई भी तरीके का म्यूजिक नहीं है जो कि इस तरीके से बनता है.
Yeah.
Which is like a collaboration, and the person who is writing the music is a poet in himself or herself.
Yeah.
I find that to be such a phenomenal thing, and I think that's, in my opinion, like that's what makes our music so incredible.
बिल्कुल. बट आपने ये भी सोचा है कभी कि अगर आप सारे साल अपने ले लें म्यूजिक ईयर्स के, राइट फ्रॉम 30s, गिन के मुझे लगता है 25 लिरिसिस्ट होंगे, 25 पोएट होंगे.
करेक्ट.
पूरे फॉर ऑल द म्यूजिक दैट इज देयर मस्ट बी 25, मे बी और 10 आप जोड़ सकते हैं. 25 of them were writing of film music, and they governed our minds. They taught us जिंदगी के फलसफे क्या हैं, motivation, mythology, I mean, you name it.
Yeah.
And more fascinating is at that time, most of them, they were very less women. Women poets तो अब आई हैं, अब हैं. But at that time, they were very less. So a male poet had to write a song for a woman from a woman's point of view about her love for her husband or her lover. How did they do that?
Yeah.
Every male poet has written some fantastic poetry and lyrics from a woman's perspective, from a girl's perspective.
Yeah.
I find that fascinating.
वो भी बहुत complex emotions, मतलब
complex,
sexual desire के बारे में.
How do you know that?
That's so true.
So it's fantastic. I mean, they have really influenced us.
मतलब सच में, मतलब ये तो मैंने सोचा भी नहीं था कभी कि मतलब बहुत specific, it's like small pool of people.
Small pool, very
had
small.
Such a huge impact on our psychology, our growing up, everything.
Yeah.
Do you think in English while writing?
Mostly, yeah. Yeah.
Okay. And like, did you have an English speaking upbringing at home as well?
Yes, yes. Not at home. घर में तो मराठी, this is my mother tongue.
Okay.
लेकिन स्कूल मेरा कॉन्वेंट में था, इसलिए English became my first language in a way.
Okay. Do you feel like you're still acting?
Yeah.
You know, and of course you started off as an actor, as you were speaking about earlier. Do you think that being an actor in any way helps you as a filmmaker as well?
Absolutely, yes. You know, a lot of times when you are trying to convey, when you're writing also, when you're writing emotions for the character, somewhere at the back of your mind, my acting experience helps me a lot. When I'm executing on set and when I'm narrating it to my HODs, the way I narrate through an actor's point of view, from a character's point of view, acting helps. Conveying to the actors, it helps. And also, what happens is, I'm able to, once I meet an actor, within 5 minutes, I have my own method. I can sense what type of an actor he is. When I'm saying what type, I mean, does he believe in preparation? Does he believe in spontaneous acting?
You're able to gauge that by yourself.
Gauge that. क्या ये NSD का है? क्या ये folk theatre से है? या क्या ये just one acts करके उसमें believe करता है? Because once you have that, then you're able to synchronize him within the framework of the film, of what is required. Because ultimately, an actor, when he's in cinema, he doesn't have to do everything. Even if he's just sitting and looking at something and you play the violin on the soundtrack, उनको लगेगा कि आप दुखी हो. मैं अगर शाफ्ट ऑफ लाइट दे दूंगा तो मेलंकली लगेगा कि और एक्टर वैसे मैं ऐसे ही बैठा हूँ, मेलंकली एक शाफ्ट ऑफ लाइट है, लगेगा मेलंकली है, थोड़ा सा कुछ सोच रहा है, इज गॉन थ्रू सम. सो द आर्ट एंड क्राफ्ट ऑफ सिनेमा इज एडिंग द एक्टर टू क्रिएट दैट इमोशन. So sometimes the actor doesn't have to do everything. So you're able to, kind of classify and bring them all to one. Like Lagan, all the 11 were all from different backgrounds.
Yeah.
And they all had different styles of acting, or beliefs of acting. They had to be brought in at one level with each other, without it going too much out. ये तो सब इंडिविजुअल एक्टिंग लगेगी सबकी.
लगान में मतलब ऑल द कैरेक्टर्स, मतलब फॉर एग्जांपल समथिंग एज सिंपल एज कचराज कैरेक्टर, और आपने कैसे कास्ट वाली चीज को जोड़ा इन द स्क्रीन प्ले एंड मेड हिम सच एन इम्पोर्टेंट पार्ट ऑफ द स्टोरी. उसको स्पिनर बना दिया, and of course साथ का गोली और उसका जो कैरेक्टर था, एंड जो वाले मोमेंट्स हैं जब वो विकेट्स लेते हैं फिल्म के अंदर, दे आर सच, मतलब वो शायद और ज्यादा राउजिंग मोमेंट्स है कंपेयर्ड टू व्हेन लाइक भुवन इज डूइंग समथिंग, मतलब बिकॉज़ आई थिंक यू आर ऑलमोस्ट लाइक रूटिंग फॉर द फैक्ट दैट दे आर अंडरडॉग्स. you know can you just speak a little bit about like creating these characters जो कि लीड के अलावा जो आपके बाकी कैरेक्टर्स होते हैं, आप उन पर किस तरीके से काम करते हैं, कैसे आप उनको क्राफ्ट करते हैं?
So my influence of a village is very very strong since childhood. मतलब बचपन में हर साल मई की छुट्टी हो या क्रिसमस की हो, हम लोग मेरे होम टाउन जाते थे कोल्हापुर, एंड ये हर साल होता था. ऐसे नहीं कि इस बार हम कहीं और चले गए, हमेशा कोल्हापुर था. कोल्हापुर, सांगली, सातारा, कराड़, this region. So I have grown up watching village life and a small town life, which somewhere influences me even today in all my filmmaking. चंपानेर क्रिएट करते वक्त वो गांव क्या होगा, ये मैंने कोल्हापुर में कुछ चीजें देखी हैं, वो इसमें आ गई हैं. जैसे कोल्हापुर में पहली बार मैंने देखा था कि जब खेत में जो किसान है वो गोफन घुमाता है to keep the birds away. That image stayed in my mind. कुम्हार क्या करता है, ब्लैकस्मिथ क्या करता है, ये सब देखा हुआ था. लगान के वक्त everything came to me because I realized that if भुवन किस तरह से अपनी टीम फॉर्म करता है, वो हर इसको क्यों चुनता है, उसका क्या कारण है ब्लैकस्मिथ को लेने का, उसका क्या कारण है एक मुर्गी पालने वाले को लेना. तो मुर्गी पालने वाला फील्डिंग में बड़ा कमाल है, बिकॉज मुर्गियां पकड़ के उसमें वो हुनर आ गया. या ब्लैकस्मिथ को वो उसको हमेशा स्ट्राइक करना पड़ता है एग्जैक्टली उसी स्पॉट पे. तो अच्छा बैट्समैन है वो, गोली बॉलर है. और गुरन जो है उसका हुनर है, उसमें एक तेज तरार एक क्वालिटी है कि जब वो बात करता है तो थोड़ा सा डरावना भी लगता है एंड थोड़ा सा एक उसमें एक ताकत है. गुरन, if you remember, राजेश जी played it. राजेश जी is no more now. तो ये क्वालिटीज जो थी उनके पर्सनल ऑक्यूपेशन की, ये मुझे फिल्म में लानी थी. तो भुवन वही, जैसे भुवन का हुनर क्या है, वो कारपेंटर है. तो पहली चीज वो क्या करता है, वो बैट बनाता है. और फिर वो शॉट है जिसमें वो सबको सीटी बजा के एक सीटी मार रहा है और सिर्फ हाथ यूं करता है तो बैट पहली बार दिखती है. अब वो मैजिकल मोमेंट है, बिकॉज जब बैट आती है ऊपर तब तक हमें पता नहीं सीटी क्यों बजा रहा है, बिकॉज हम भी उसको गांव वालों की तरह देख रहे हैं. टीपो भी आके पूछता है कि अरे ये क्या है, मतलब बताता हूँ. तो ये मोमेंट्स जो है ना, ये सब somewhere or the other I have observed them in my all my days of visiting Kolhapur, looking at that village life. चरणपुर में भी ये सब आ गया है. चरणपुर ने स्वदेश में,
yes,
उस गांव का भी जो एक है मेक, किस तरह के लोग हैं, वो इन्फ्लुएंसेस बहुत हैं.
पर सर मतलब ये कैसे हुआ कि फ्रॉम बाजी एंड पहला नशा व्हिच वर ऑफ कोर्स दे वर अ प्रोडक्ट ऑफ देयर टाइम्स, 90s में फिल्में बहुत अलग तरीके से बन रही थी, पर इट्स नॉट लाइक things had changed in the industry otherwise. That change was brought by you. Like you were one of the people who brought in that change. Of course, Dil Chahta Hai was another film which changed. These are the films that changed the way that films were being made in Hindi cinema. Like how did that happen to you? I mean, you know, if we just watch these films compared to the films of the 90s to then suddenly Lagan, there's such a significant shift in the way that the films looked.
Yeah.
And of course, then you watch the making and everything, and you know that the process was completely different here.
Yeah. And I think changing times थे वो.
अच्छा थे.
मतलब कहीं ना कहीं फरहान भी यही सोच रहा था ना कि I have to do something. I want to make something new. That's why दिल चाहता है. मधुर भंडारकर भी सोचा था कुछ मुझे अलग करना. चांदनी बार हो गया. I think वो एक I'm not saying that we were rebelling against anything. हमारी कोशिश ये नहीं थी कि हमको कुछ अभी बदलाव लाना है. ऐसा कुछ नहीं था. हमको नई कहानी बोलनी थी. तो वो नई कहानी को बोलने का जो एक जरिया और एक टाइम उसका, वो टर्न ऑफ द सेंचुरी आया. तो टर्न ऑफ द सेंचुरी तभी जब मिलेनियम पूरा चेंज हो गया, तो एक देखने का पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू इवन ऑडियंस का अलग था. It's like breaking away from the old and embracing the new. So embracing the new में 2001 में हमारे साथ people are much more liberal watching a cricket film and और दिल चाहता है about friendship.
Yeah.
So I think it was honestly we were not trying to change. I'm speaking for Farhan also here right now, but we were not trying to change industry or the way audiences were watching movies. We were trying to tell what we wanted to make at that time.
पर एक ये भी तो चीज होती है ना कि eventually you borrow influences from the things that are happening around you.
Yeah.
आप लोगों के लिए influence क्या था? मतलब also just in terms of again मतलब the way that you were making the film. Nobody else was making the films in that manner at that time, right?
You're absolutely right. But that thought never crossed our mind then.
Okay.
As your interpretation, you're right.
हाँ.
कि कुछ references थे, क्यों कैसे बना रहे हो आप लोग?
हाँ.
हम भी अचंभित हैं. आमिर भी अचंभित था when I gave him Lagan, when I narrated the story to him.
Right.
I myself was excited when I wrote Lagan, when I cracked it, and when I had the moment where I thought, oh my God, ये कमाल combination है. 3-4 अलग-अलग genre coming together in one film.
Yeah.
I thought that this is going to be liked. ये appreciate होगी film. कितनी होगी, कितनी चलेगी, दूसरी बात. So अच्छा, I started working on it in 98. So 98, 99, 2000. It took 2001 is when I came out with it.
Yeah. वो बनाने में 1 साल तो कम से कम लग गया.
हाँ, but sustaining that whole, it didn't matter कि पिक्चरें क्या रिलीज हो रही हैं, कौन सी चल रही हैं, ट्रेंड क्या है, it didn't matter only at that time.
No.
तो it's मतलब अभी मैं when I look back the way you're asking me that कि यार क्या था तभी, क्यों ये सोचा आपने? ये मैंने नहीं सोचा था तभी. मैंने सोचा कि यार ये अलग पिक्चर है, कुछ अलग है, कुछ बनाते हैं इसको. And I feel quite grateful today कि वो तभी बनने का मौका मिला. Amir said yes. It gave rise to lot many things for me. My company got launched.
So not just you. I mean, it gave rise to an entire wave of aspiring filmmakers. मतलब हार्दिक मेहता was one of the first people that I shot an episode with. उन्होंने शायद आपको बताया भी हुआ है कभी कि मतलब Lagan is the reason he says that he became a filmmaker.
Yes.
He must have told
me.
Yeah. He was telling me कि मैंने बताया था आशुतोष सर को. तो मतलब he is just one person. Of course, there are so many people who got inspired by Lagan because they saw that okay, this is also possible.
Possible, yeah, I agree.
People who were watching films from around the world, but उनको इंडिया में वो चीजें नहीं दिख रही थी. पर उनको hope मिला. Or I think that's made all the difference. It's like it's all thanks to you and of course some other people as well. But you are a very important figure in that. So yeah, thank you
Thank
from
you, thank you.
all the film lovers also. Sir, on like an ending note, this is a question that I always end with, very different from the rest of the conversation that we have had until now. But what does happiness mean to you?
Happiness to me is the freedom to tell the story that I want to tell right now as a filmmaker. Just to get an opportunity, फिल्म मिलने का मौका मिलना और जो आपको बनानी है वो मौका मिलना. So that means I'm talking about freedom to do what you want. I think that is happiness for me. In this personal, on a cinema level, I'm saying. Personally, I'm someone who believes in the fact that you will get what you're destined to get. आप किसी भी चीज के पीछे दौड़ते रहोगे, आपको कभी मिलती नहीं है वो. लेकिन आप कभी कभी आप स्थिर हो एक जगह पर और आपको चीजें मिल जाती हैं और आप सोचते कि हैं ये कैसे हो गया, तो कभी सोचा ही नहीं था मैंने. So I think it's just letting the universe do things for you and embrace whatever you're getting, because that is where your happiness will lie, is what I feel.
Yeah. Completely agreed, sir. And yeah, this was such an insightful and I mean it was an honor to sit here with you and talk about these films that were such an influential part of my growing up years. और जैसा आपने बोला, मतलब I also completely believe in that. For me also, things happened completely organically. I started the page purely as something where I just want to write about films. It wasn't supposed to be a profession in any way. मैं दिल्ली में तो अलग एक टी-शर्ट कंपनी का स्टार्टअप खोल के बैठा हुआ था. अच्छा. पर मैंने तो एक इंस्टाग्राम पेज ऐसे खोला because I want to write about the films that I love. And now it has led to this moment where I'm sitting with you. And I mean, yeah, I completely believe in that as well. So on that note, thank you so much.
Thank you, Ashutosh, sir. Lovely to speak to you, Harshit. Thank you so much.
And yes, this was Mr. Ashutosh Guwarekar. Mr. Ashutosh Guwarekar. With Harshit Bansal at Humans of Cinema, signing off.